Yeah. Situation, take cover. This trail leads back up on this next ridge over here, and I'm in a lightning storm, and it's hailing and raining, intermittent hail or rain. I got off that ridge line. I'm down here in the lowest point that I could find. I'm down in that last little valley. And I'm just tucked in below some evergreens here where I can be out of the rain and out of the lightning. I know it's not the wisest thing to wait under a tree, but I'm in a whole group of trees. It's a whole forest, and these are the lowest trees in the forest pretty much. There's a lot of trees above me. So I got that going for me, which is nice. All right, everyone, welcome back to Park Junkie. What is up? Todd C here today. Yellowstone National Park, the place to be. Once again, out on the trail. Headed up Electric Peak here in the northwestern section of the park, just south of Mammoth Hot Springs. This is going to be a pounding hike, 18 miles. I'm getting kind of a late start. We're looking at noon, classic no pine ascent. Got some bugs out. One just bit me on the neck, little vampires. We're just going to have to let that be and hit the trail. We're running. Let's go. So this peak, as we're taking off from the trailhead, I mean, it doesn't look at that far away. It's only right there, but that's 9 miles away. So we got 9 miles there, and then, well, of course, 9 miles back. Yeah. Decent day, decent day. So for those of you who've been tuned into the channel for a minute, and you watched last week's episode where we went up First People's Peak, old Clint and I headed up there, you'll be familiar with our bear encounter with the mama grizzly and the 3 little gangsters. We went up there, had a great trip, but we were charged by grizzlies. So I'm really uber aware of my surroundings right now, and it's kind of comforting to be out in an open meadow like this, to be honest with you, because you can see forever. You know, your expansive view out here is absolutely fabulous for defense. You know, you can see something coming from a long way away, and that gives you a certain sense of security in that you could ready yourself for it. You're not going to be surprised. It's unlikely that you'll be surprised. And given my heightened sense of security from that episode, I'm watching my back. I'm just kind of constantly scanning the surroundings, which is understandable, I guess. When you get into these dense forests, it makes me a little more nervous because you're more apt to encounter a bear that you don't know is there and it doesn't know you're there. And that is where it gets really sketchy. Moving on up the trail right now, we're starting to get into this little saddle. I think we're gonna go right up this and drop down to the other side. So still on the move, plenty of miles to go. What do we got here? We got some sort of a trail marker, Electric Pass, Gallatin Highway, 21 miles. Well, we're not going to the Gallatin Highway today. I mean, I hope not. But we are going into this little area right here, so we'll be looking out in here for any creatures. Yeah, so this little valley, you come up through that wooded area back there, and then it kind of opens up, you know. You got a lot of open meadow here, a little stream below us, so definitely a prime bear area. But you do have enough open terrain here to have a little bit of vision around you to see. Although there are plenty of blind spots when you come around corners too. But overall, trail nice and clear through here. So for the most part, you can see where you're going and you can see any potential hazards before you get to them. All right, another junction here. We're going toward Cache Lake. Just keeping an eye out as we're ever vigilant these days. But the trail continues, a nice trail out through here. After you get through that first meadow that we came across from the trailhead into that first valley, that was I don't know, first mile and a half or so. That was pretty wide open, uneventful. After that, the trail becomes a really nice trail through the valleys and woods out here, these little meadowed areas. It's quite pleasant, quite pleasant. All right, as you can see, we're getting back to the ridge line here. We're going up there, and there are some threatening clouds moving in, so we're just going to play this by ear as we move forward. I'd hate to come out here and not get the peak, but well, I also don't want to get up there and get fried, so we got that to worry about. Always something out here in the backcountry, always something. Making our way up is the first kind of switchback we've got to on the trail. I don't know how far up this we're gonna go before we hit that ridge line. It feels like we've got a ways to go. There's a cutoff out here to Cache Lake, and then the trail goes left to Sportsman's Lake. And then the Electric Peak Trail shoots up the ridge from that. Here's the junction right here. We're coming to the fork in the trail. And we're gonna go left here towards Sportsman Lake and the Electric Peak Trail. But if we went right, we'd go out to Cache Lake, which is 1.2 miles away. But Sportsman's Peak's still 8 miles out there. That's a ways. We're not going there. But we're gonna continue up and attempt to get to Electric Peak. We'll see how it goes as we continue out the trail here. And we'll know a little more once we reach that southeast ridge and determine what our skies look like around us, because I don't really want to climb that in a lightning storm. I mean, let's be clear, I'm not going to climb it in a lightning storm. I'd really like the skies to clear out a bit, but we'll see what happens as we move on. Moving through dense brush now. Good terrain to be surprised by a bear, so I'll just keep talking. Keep a eye out, or two eyes as it is. Sketchy out here. Sketchy. This Yellowstone backcountry, man. It is sketchy. These are big creatures and they can get pissed. And well, the odds of you tangling with one and coming out on top, you know, I've got better odds of hitting the lottery than that, and I don't play the lottery, so. Huh. Got some backpackers down below there coming in from Sportsman's Lake. Looks like they're making a little river crossing there. Can't really see what's going on, but it looks like, yeah, it looks like they're struggling with a little creek crossing. Have fun, y'all. Yeah. We do have some lightning out here. Rolling through right there. I don't know, I'm going down right now in these trees. Should be okay heading down, I don't know. I don't know, we'll see. All right, friends, as we look back at Electric Peak, yes, there are clouds there. We've got some thunder still rolling through, but off to the west, southwest, clear skies rolling in. We're gonna kind of continue on, try to get over here and position ourselves so when this clear weather moves in, we're gonna shoot for the summit. See what happens. Let's continue rolling. All right, back behind me to the east out here. This is where we're coming from, way back in here. Actually back in there, the Grand Loop Road running right through there. That's that Swan Lake Basin, Bunsen Peak behind the hill right here. You can almost make out Swan Lake out there, but I don't think we can make it out just yet. We're gonna have to get a little higher into the mountains for that. With the mosquitoes coming out, had to drop the sleeves down, put the top down, you know. Got some pants on now too, some long legs, because those mosquitoes were beginning to nibble at me as I made my way through the dense forest back there. All right, well, this is the last little valley that I think we passed through, and from here it's going to be up, up, up. So buckle up, kids, because here we go. Up, up, up. A little precipitation falling right now, some light rain. I think I think that's going to pass right through and leave us with an hour or two of clear skies behind it. Hopefully all clear skies, but I just don't know. But I think there's a clear patch of weather behind this, so looks like it's lightening up down here to the southwest where the clouds are coming from. So here we go. Another patch of vegetated area, another wooded area here that we have to pass through. But that should put us on this ridgeline. From there, it's pretty smooth sailing, it looks like. But like I said, it's just up, up, up. Moving up now toward the summit. Quite a ways to go though still. Probably a good 2.5 miles. But you can see that our clouds opening up somewhat here to the southwest and the south. So that bodes well. Rain out there over inner Yellowstone right there. Looking good. All right, so once again, as we're moving up into these upper elevations here in Yellowstone, it's so impressive to look out on these mountains and see just how far it is across these valleys. I mean, we're talking miles. I mean, it's 9 miles from Electric Peak back to this valley down here where we're coming from. Across this is probably every bit of 5 miles. These things are huge, you know? Man, such a vast wilderness. And I mean, there's 2.2 million acres in Yellowstone, around 1,000 miles of hiking trail. But the area surrounding Yellowstone, Shoshone National Forest, Bridger Teton National Forest, the Grand Teton National Park to the south, looking at massive, the Gallatins on the other side here out of 191, northwestern side of the park out toward Big Sky. Massive wilderness areas, massive. Can't even begin to describe how big these areas are. So then opportunities for backcountry travel, the opportunities for exploration of these wilderness areas it's just unparalleled in the lower 48. It's huge. The place is insane. But I was watching a YouTube video just last night when I was going to sleep of some RVers who came to Yellowstone, and the guy actually mentioned that, like, Yellowstone's not really a hiking park. Like, what? The opportunities for hiking in Yellowstone are limitless. It's not all easy. In fact, a lot of it, as we see, is quite sketchy. But let's not suggest that there's no opportunities for hiking here. This place is insane. 1,000 miles of trail. The backpacking opportunities in this park, basically limitless. And if you get into exploring areas off trail, you could go forever out here. I don't know. I don't know. Some people it's just nothing but boardwalks, I guess. But for me, Yellowstone's endless. Endless. Never ends. I mean, you'll never, ever cover all of this ground. You'll never cover a fraction of it. So, I mean, if someone wanted to put in a lifetime of hiking on the trails here, you could hike all the trails in Yellowstone. No doubt about it. What is it, that one dude up in Glacier? I think it was 734 dude, makes the maps. I haven't checked his maps out, but I should. They look to be pretty quality from what I see, but he hiked all 734 miles in Glacier. Yellowstone's got more trails than that. And we're gonna suggest that this isn't a hiking park? I don't know. I know it's not for most people. Most people are gonna cruise in, park, get out, check out the boardwalk, go have dinner, stop on, clog up the roadways, take pictures of bison. And yeah, I guess Yellowstone's not a hiking park. But for those of us who stop the car, park it, turn the ignition off, and get out and hit the trail, Yellowstone's insane. It's endless. You'll never see all of this. I'll never cover all of this. I'll never cover every trail in the park. That's for sure. Hey, bear. Let's not forget where we are. Smell of sage. I've been rubbing it in my fingers as I pass through these high sage fields out here. Love that smell. It reminds me of southern Utah. Ah, land of Zion. Gaining the altitude now. Altimeter says I'm at 9,200, which means whew, got about 1,000 feet to go. Sights are unfolding. Cache Lake right back here. Bunsen Peak, Sepulchre Mountain. Looking out on the Yellowstone National Park right there, Swan Lake, and the views to the south. Out in the distance out there, let's see, Absaroka Mountains running right through there. First Peoples back in this region, which that's what we hit just last week. And far to the south, you won't be able to see it on this frame, but I can barely make out the Teton Range way down south. Views unfold for miles, hundreds of miles around here. The Tetons, they're well over 100 miles from here as the crow flies. So yeah, You can see a ways out here from these peaks in the upper part of the park. Oh yeah, looking out on Gardner down here. Mammoth Hot Springs right over Sepulchre Mountain down there. You can see the Yellowstone River out there. Oh man, and back to the south. That's from whence we came right there. On up we go. Right there, the summit. Let's go. All right, gaining elevation. We're at 9,800 according to the altimeter. I don't know, running a little slow on that. I think it's supposed to be 10.9. I hope I don't have 1,000 feet to go. Coming from way down here. I haven't been recording much of my hiking because I'm trying to beat these thunderstorms that are coming in from the west. I want to get to this summit, fold up here, and dig out quick because I bet Electric Peak can get electric during this kind of thing. So I'm gonna be in and out with a quickness. All right, gang, that's it back here. Electric Peak's back here. I've got to go all the way across this and then up that steep chute. And I've still got about 1,000 feet to go to get to that summit. I got thunderstorms rolling in from the west. I'm probably just gonna bail. I hate to do it, man. It's right here and up. Just got too late of a start today, kids. There's lightning off right in here, and this is in the southern Gallatin moving this way, so we're out. Not gonna get that summit today, man, that sucks. False summit got me there. I thought the summit was like gonna be right here, and it wasn't. I got up there on that block where I could see across. Shit, I had another hour at least. Looked like I had to skate across that ski slope. And then, yeah, there's the thunder. And then I was gonna have to climb about 1,000 feet. Shit, and then I'm racing lightning. Nah, man. Yeah, we're out of here. Scampering toward the bottom. The quickness. Don't want to be on Electric Peak during an electric storm, you know what I mean? Did I make a mistake by coming up here? I don't know. We're moving quick. Downward. Fast. Gotta run. I'm about 8 miles in right now. Whew. Man, I'm tired. But I got a ways to go, so I can't get tired. Got 8 miles to go. Damn it. It's a long way. It's a long way to the top if you're gonna rock and roll. I was told that long ago. Yeah. Situation, take cover. This trail leads back up on this next ridge over here, and I'm in a lightning storm, and it's hailing and raining, intermittent hail or rain. I got off that ridge line. I'm down here in the lowest point that I could find. I'm down in that last little valley. But I've just tucked back in here. That's my shelter. It's not the best, but I could dig back further into this mess, but I'm thinking I'm just gonna wait here for a little bit, and hopefully the lightning and thunder passes within the next 20-30 minutes, and I can jump back on the trail and get out of here. I really don't want to go hiking in the rain either, but I'm gonna have to in order to get out of here in daylight hours if it keeps raining. Could pass. I can't really tell what was to the south of that, to the southwest. Looked like it was clear back there, but it doesn't sound clear, although it is moving in that direction, which is the way I need it to move. But some days on the trail, you know, when you come into the backcountry, it's just what it is, you know. Tried to put in 18 miles today and started way too late. Went to Bozeman yesterday on a supply run and did not get back until 1 a.m. So that delayed my start this morning. And I didn't leave lake until around 10:30 because I didn't get up till 8:40, 8:45, something like that. So, oh well, should have been up here earlier. That's the bottom line, you know. If you can't get in early on a peak that's 18 miles in, well, 9 miles in, 18 miles round trip. I don't know. I do stuff like that all the time though. And sometimes you gotta pay a little price for it, like hunkering down in the trees and waiting for a lightning storm to pass, because these lightning storms on these big peaks, they come in the evenings usually. I mean, they could be there any time, but the majority of storms like that hit in the late afternoon, or well, even mid-afternoon. But that was the perfect scenario today. I should have been in here at 8 o'clock this morning. Instead, I was in here at noon trying to bust out 18 miles. And then I just get hit with the storm, you know. That's what happens. Anyway, I'm just chilling, waiting for this to pass. Tick tock, tick tock. Seems forever. All right, well, back on the move. A little sprinkle still. The trail's soaking wet, but I think we can make some progress here. Keep on the move. Hey, bear. All right, looking back over here into the southwest. Got a little clearing of light coming through there. That should give me, the rain has passed, the thunder and lightning have passed. Haven't heard any thunder or lightning in probably a good 20 minutes. So we're cool there. Man, yeah, that is a false summit there on electric. Thought we had something, and turns out we didn't have shit. Unfortunately now, every step is in kind of a wet trail situation. Got mud on the trail. And every step that I take is kind of like, these trails aren't really all that beat in, you know. I mean, you can see the trail, just a grassy trail. And after the rain, the grass is all wet, so now my pants are soaking wet. Luckily, I've got a pair of riding pants for the motorcycles when I get back there. It's only 7 miles out, so should be good. All right, so look at that. The skies have parted now. We've got a little sunshine out here to wrap up the evening. Back there, not Electric Peak. That's a false summit. Should I have looked at my map closely, I would have realized that, but I didn't. I just got eager to get that point right there, and it turns out there's another point behind it, further back. It's hidden from view from almost every point out here close to the mountain. You can see it from the road, you can see it from the highway, and now when I think back, I'm like, yeah, it is much more jagged at the top. That top is steep and jagged, and that ain't it. All right, friends, we have just exited this tight little corridor here, which puts us back out in the meadow, heading toward the bike at the Grand Loop Road down there at Bunsen Peak and the Glen something trailhead there. I can't remember the name of it right now. I'm whooped. Park Junkie is beat down. Not only that, but I have been harassed for the past, I don't know, 2 hours solid by the most vicious, unrelenting swarm of Yellowstone mosquitoes that you can possibly imagine. That's why I'm wearing these layers. not because I'm cold. In fact, it's a really nice evening. But I even have my necky on, and I had it pulled up over my ears and like over my head, like cornholio kind of deal for a while back there, like this. And I'm still getting bit. Like, they would bite through this. They have been absolutely disastrous to my well-being. Oh man, well, there's our failed summit back there. It's a long way away. It really is. That's a trek, and I'm telling you, after you make the attempt and you fail, you feel ever so much more beat down on the way out. So my feet are hurting. The dogs are barking tonight as I come off the trail here. I got about a quarter mile back to the bike. I'm gonna jump on that baby and head southbound to get back to my little humble abode and enjoy a nice meal and just take it easy, man. Well-earned rest. Although it's not as well-earned as it would have been had I actually made the summit of Electric Peak today. But there's always another day for that. No need to go up there in a thunderstorm. But thunder rolling in again back there on the peak right now. Don't you love it? It's called electric for a reason, I think. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here, head southbound. That's going to wrap it up for Park Junkie today. The sun is setting on Yellowstone, and it's time for me to go to the great indoors. So thanks for tuning in, y'all. Check out parkjunkie.com. It's your fix for national park info. You'll find guides to all the national parks over there. Still working on getting some of the information put together, but I think in the long run, it's going to be the best guide to the national parks that you're going to be able to find. I'm going to continue working diligently to put that all together, and I'll keep throwing some videos up to keep y'all aware of what's going on out here in the backcountry of your national parks. Places like Electric Peak, for example. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And we're going to jump on the bike and head southbound. So I will catch you next time. Indeed, always nice to have you. Cheers.